I've always wanted to be a farmer. I spent a bit of time on just your broadacre farms in my school holidays growing up, and just basically had my veggie patch at mum and dad's, and that's about my level of experience. Most of my learning came from just basically talking to people and watching YouTube videos. And just reading books. There's kind of no one here to actually teach me. There's one local fella down the road, Mario, that's taught me a few things, but yeah, just had to basically figure it out. Trial and error, pretty much. So I'm Sam Higgins, together with my wife Susie and our 3 kids. We decided to start growing veggies for our community. So Susie is a teacher and she loves kids and also growing her own veggies. I'm a plumber by trade and had enough of plumbing basically due to the amount of waste I was seeing on my job sites. I was doing a lot of new house work at the time and people building brand new houses that they didn't really need, and it just started to make me question the impacts on the environment, and then yeah, that sort of is what led me to wanting to grow veggies. When we were looking for somewhere to do this, we were bumping into brick walls time and time again. We needed to be good proximity to town, we needed good dirt, we needed to be facing the right direction, and we needed the most important thing was water. And so we looked and looked, always looking to buy something and just couldn't seem to find anything. We basically stopped and said, well, you know what, we're going to just leave it to the universe. If it's right, something will happen. 7 days after we decided to do that, I just went to get some compost off John and Janine from Mortlock Motors, and basically the next day he rang up and kind of said, well, we might have somewhere for you to do it if you like. Weekend, we came out, had a look, he gave us a royal tour, gave us 5 different paddocks to choose from. Turned out 40 years ago his farm was actually a market garden, and so they have a water licence with underground water specifically for a market garden that they'd been paying for 30 odd years. Basically they said, oh, here you go, you can use this paddock. Super generous, super kind. Since day dot, John been coming here after hours, on weekends. It was just really nice to know that those sorts of people are out here. We don't want to feed our kids chemicals. We noticed that the food had lost its taste from the shop. Bad for the environment, producing chemicals, and also what it's doing to the soil when you put the chemicals on the ground and the plants. Basically, to keep chemical free, we just do a lot of manual hand weeding, and we rely quite heavily on volunteers to come and help us with that. And that's probably why the price of the organic food's just that slight bit higher. It just takes more effort. It's manpower, time. Initially, we thought we would want to be doing what is known around some parts of the world as a CSA box setup. So it's a community supported agriculture veggie box basically. That way at least you know a customer commits to buying a box of veggies either weekly or fortnightly. Then you can kind of plan to what you're going to be able to sell, and you know roughly how much money you can make in a week. Started off doing 5 boxes a week. Now we're up to around 30, between 25 to 30 boxes a week. It's a big commitment, but it's a nice thing to know that you're getting that regular income. And what we found was we would end up having like boom or bust. Like we would have bulk tomatoes or cucumbers or whatever. So we started opening on the Fridays for pick your own veggies. That was pretty popular, and so we kind of tried to expand on that, plant extra so that we would have plenty on a Friday. So we know we did our boxes on a Tuesday, we can harvest as much as we can. The plants have a couple of days to regenerate. By the Friday, there's plenty more tomatoes, eggplant, and what have you. We were finding people would mention ways that they would grow things at home, or things they'd seen, say their grandpa used to fill in the holes in the carrots when they'd pull out a carrot so that beetles didn't get down and chew the next carrot. And sort of I started thinking, well, this is actually probably a good way to learn. This is years and years of experience, so why not bring people in, say, yeah, oh, if there's any ways you think I can do things better, bring it on. When other families bring their kids here, they can have a play on the playground while they're busy picking veggies, and the kids just love getting their hands dirty. We've noticed so many kids that weren't eating particular veggies, once they've picked it for themselves and taken it home and cooked it, then they're really a lot more connected to it and they're keen to eat it. A lot of people at home, you baby your veggies and they come quite attached to them, so you don't really want to let your kids loose in your veggie patch. But we try to plant allowing for that, for some collateral damage, and the kids, once they get in there and they're pulling out their carrots and they're digging up those potatoes, you know, it'd be no different from an adult like us digging a hole and finding a nugget of gold. It's just the look on their face, they just love it. We decided to do a market because we had a few other businesses that were helping us get going and that we had been supporting. We all set up just in a bit of a circle around here at the farm, and I'd actually slashed a little paddock next door as a bit of a car park, thinking, you know, it'd be great if we could fill this halfway up maybe, and wouldn't have been going for a couple of hours before someone had come over and said there's no parks left. So it kind of surprised us all, I think, and by the end of it we had 100 cars here at one point. Basically everyone that had a stall at the market either sold out or was keen to come back again. Yeah, we love bringing the community together. This is the main driver. Besides the environmental reasons, we felt like we just wanted to connect with people. There's a lot going on in the world, and we just felt like it was important to connect the community, and it seemed like a good way to be done around growing veggies. It's just a beautiful local thing to do, to support local.